All right. So it's emergency pod here. So we shot a great show yesterday. It's coming out today, right? Go watch it. It's in one of the links that's probably around here somewhere because we got producer Martin on top of it. Listen, so I wake up, Tampa. I got a holiday party tonight, Timber. I'm pumped, right? Open bar. I'm ready to go. And I wake up and my phone blew up. And then you called me and I'm like, "Oh, this is wild right now." We had some breaking news happen overnight that we were not prepared for, bud. Did you see what it was? Because your
I
phone got
did.
too.
Yeah, I woke up to text from Tito this morning.
Bro, waking up
Uh-oh,
next to everybody.
Tito.
Martin, you got the post here? Let's pull this thing up. Let's see what the hell this thing looked like today that shook the college space up, man.
This is a big deal in our niche little field. But yeah,
So
this is massive.
NCPA goes with VAR. And I know, we might get some more text for give them space here and giving them a little breath into their fire. But VAR is they're trying to come on to the scene as a rating system, right? Against Duper, who has, their own tour in that UPA stratosphere. This just drew a line in the sand that we 100% have tour wars. Should we call it 4.0 or 3.5 for college?
3.5 wars.
Three college tour wars right now. NCPA, Duper.
It's a little rating wars.
Well, so yeah, we didn't really prep for this or anything. I have talked to Noah with the NCPA, texted him this morning, and just asking for an explanation. The first thing I will say, I've got mixed feelings about it. I am glad Noah is not trying to do a rating system himself, which is what he was trying to do before. And Noah's got plenty to do. And like I said, I've got mixed feelings, but at least he's getting out of that business. I asked him, what was your motivation behind this? And he felt like VAR was a good fit for the NCPA. And so they've got a 1-year deal that could be expanded.
Martin, what's the thing that went through your brain when you saw this other than, oh crap, Dave and Tim are going to want to talk about this?
I mean, naturally, the line in the sand that we just talked about, NCPA, Duper, anything, those are two of the prominent ones. Yeah, their chance of collaboration kind of
dunzo.
Absolutely dunzo.
There was a little bit of talks about doing some, working together, things like that in the background. I saw it and was like, oh, this is, great drama here for college pickleball. But also I had a little of my heart went out to the kids that are now forced to do yet another step to play college pickleball. And it's like, now you have to do something completely new. We don't really have a lot of information because they just announced it, but how does this affect seeding? How does this affect, what these kids are about to go through?
True.
And, the school year already started. So they've had, club tryouts and all these other things. What if somebody could have made it based on that rating versus a Duper rating that they were using before? So now what are these kids going to do? And we talked about it on the pod, right? Was like making it easier. I don't think this does that. This makes it harder yet again. So different format, different rating. We don't know what's going to happen to these kids because, tours, even during Tour Wars, 7.0 with MLP and PPA, there's not a lot of information comes out with how it's going to be structured. It's just, hey, we got a new partner. Cool. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like, what in the world is going on here, man?
Well, again, just going on what Noah said, I'm without passing judgment. I did confirm that you'll have to sign up for VAR to play in nationals.
Yeah, which is less than a month away.
Yeah, he says it's like 3 weeks away. And he, which is less than a month, to be honest.
Thank you.
But he he did say it's a very easy process.
Sure.
like Duper, you only have to have the free version. There's a free version. There's a paid version. You only need the free version, so that's good. Whereas, to join the APP thing, to be part of USAP, you got to pay $12. So at least it's at least you're not having to pay more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give him that. Timing's interesting. Personally, I'm a little crushed because I put a lot of work into this idea of having a governing body, and the two of them would come under it for eligibility purposes. And I put a lot of work into that. I did a lot of smoozing of people to try to get that.
I believe you, man.
Yeah, but you love doing that, so like that's fun. But like, I mean, you look at the dynamics of this, and Timber, you're decked down in it right now, but Yola is a sponsor of both. You guys are a sponsor, but like there's a lot of ties to Duper and Yola in this thing, man, and it puts people kind of in some different situations that now as a company, I mean, your goal is just to be in college. It don't matter if they're using the David system, right? Like whatever it is, you just want to have people in college. But you did just throw the title sponsor on Duper, man. That's great. Is that creating a conflict?
I don't know yet. I reached out to the bosses this morning, and I'm in Richmond, and just said, hey, I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet. I forget that Yola is more than college pickleball, and I said, I don't know if this is in your world at all today, but I want you to know I know about it and I'm checking into it, and we'll see down the road. I think those are really legitimate questions, not just for Yola, but for any sponsor coming in.
Yeah.
My goal with sponsoring both of them, we're the ball sponsor for NCPA. My goal was, a rising tide lifts all boats. Let's all play nice together. Let's not become tour wars.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all be nice. And, I know Tito thinks the world of Noah. He's told me more than once, and Noah has a lot of respect for Jacob and everybody over there. So this is a business decision. I get it. It's a business decision. There's money involved. You got to do what's right for your business. At the same time, I like it when it's a little more kumbaya feeling.
Do any of you even know how the rating works? What's different with VAR?
Nothing.
The main thing is your initial rating is done by a person. You go in and you get rated by a person, and this I heard this about fourth hand. Craig Chesnoff down there by you in Florida was kind of involved with it for a while, and he said there's an AI component too. I don't know what that means, but
I mean, look, like
is this the one that has mixed doubles rating separate?
Yeah, this is. They also have the multi-level marketing component where you can sign up your friends and stuff like that. Like, it's a rating system, which even Duper will admit, like, no rating is perfect, right? But we went through this with the other side of Tour Wars second edition of APP going to UTR, and the absolute havoc that wreaked on the community was insane. And UTR was 1 point higher, and people were signing up for both. Like, listen, we get it. People have emotional ties, and literally, like, their identity sometimes is tied to their rating. I mean, like, I understand that, but still, like, one system is good enough. But to just sign on to the competitor when you're trying to work together, bro, these kids, like, what are we gonna like? This just hurts the sport. It hurts it. Like, with no dialogue, no direction, no nothing. I hate moves like this.
Well, I wear a lot of different hats in college pickleball. Mm-hmm. There's Timber, the podcast guy. That's my favorite hat, by the way. And there's then there's Timber who works with Yola, and there's Timber that works with a college. And Tim, so I see the business side of it. I see what Noah's trying to do. I certainly see Duper's reaction to it. Jacob and I are having dinner tonight to talk about it. He's paying if you're watching, Jacob.
There we go.
So,
Martin, did you get that text?
No, I expect the same treatment.
You'll have to come to Richmond, but
going to Atlanta.
But Timber, my my opinion as a human being for a while, when people start with, this was more about when we were talking about UTRP or whatever it was, the example I always use, and every one of you have heard it, and Martin doesn't understand it because he's too young, but back in the day, back in the 80s, when I first got my VCR, I could record IU basketball games, which is the coolest thing ever.
I got a VCR behind me.
Well, that does not shock me somehow.
Where'd it go? I do have VCR.
Go get it.
There were two kinds of VCRs. I mean, there was the actual video VCR, and then there was beta. Arguably, the tech nerds would tell you that beta was a better product, but VHS won. They won. No matter who the better product was, they won. Nobody remembers beta. So the question for me is this argument over? Feel free to come back and join us, Martin. I really don't care about your VCR.
I want to see this VCR. but
that's in my garage.
Let me finish this point. If the question is the war over? Now, Vera is going to tell you it's not. They're trying to be a disruptor in the industry. I think it is. I mean, that's my opinion, and is that for better or for worse, Sarah Carpenter put a lot of work into this. She might be on next week, not talking about this, but who knows? If the war is over, this is just kind of a last gasp from but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I've been wrong a couple times.
I mean, if it's truly, I talk about how the kids are going to have to go through another step, but hey, man, if they really start fighting for these kids, maybe it makes product better, man. Like, I can only hope that maybe prices for registration go down. Like, maybe the tours start throwing different stuff at these kids and, coming up with better, more creative ways to attract college pickleball as a whole. It sucks to do that when teams are in the midst of a national championship. They're in the midst of getting their year going.
I'm signing up for Vera right now, guys.
Okay, so here's my question for both. Here's my question I want to hear from both of you on.
Yeah.
The darkest thing I'm worried about, and I don't think it'll happen, but I'm curious your opinion. Are we going to get back in a situation where Duper, which is obviously College Pickleball Tour, which is UPA, are they going to say, is it going to be a thing like with APP? Like, listen, you want to play a Duper event, you can't play NCPA events. Is that a threat?
I don't think they're going to sign players like PPA did, but what I do think is a threat is if they all start attacking each other. So right now, you have a regional in Indiana and you have an event in Virginia. Yeah. Enough space for both. If you have one in California and one in Texas, right?
100%.
It's when they start going after each other's schedule where making teams choose puts the captain of Michigan, who's going to win this week, in a position where they have to choose. And if they feel obligated to one or the other, it's going to be a bad look because that's not an enjoyable environment for anybody to live in. Ever.
Well, and what do you think, Martin?
Repeat the question.
Martin's got dual role going on here. So do you think there is a threat that either they'll start saying, look, you can't play if you're playing other events, you can't play ours, or probably more likely to David's point, will they start scheduling things close together? I can tell you that one of my roles the last couple of years, when I always try to be Switzerland, is I'll get texts from any of them, not so much APP, but the other two will say, hey, we're thinking about doing an event this weekend in Ottumwa, Iowa. Is anything else going on that you know of? So I've been able to kind of, and I like that role, honestly.
Yeah, I don't.
Go ahead.
My take there is, I don't think exclusivity is good at all. I think it'll backfire for both. But if it somehow goes towards that, we talked about it on the pod. It's all about the money. If the Verd events have better prize money, kids are gonna play Verd events. If Duper has better prize money, they'll play the Duper events. It's gonna end up being money talks, baby.
Yeah. Well, Duper has a big lead here. We know that. I mean, if you look at the stats, I think the last three events, Duper's had about double the number of players. I mean, we certainly see it this weekend. They've built this wonderful thing. Noah's built a wonderful thing. I'm not trashing Noah at all about any of this. It's a business decision. it's also, I'm not sure, we get so wrapped up in the top teams and who's going to go for money. Most like the 42 teams that are at the Duper event here in Richmond, 30 of them know they're not winning any money. They already know, So for them, it's about how much is going to, fair point. For them, it's about how much is it going to cost us to go to this fun event that we want to go to.
Well, and you mentioned the word fun. Like, all right, if you're I'll sidetrack a little bit here into our open play company philosophy. If you are creating barriers to entry and more steps that are unenjoyable before they even step on the court, you're setting yourself up. Like, nobody's gonna actually understand what this means until they go to register. And you experience it all the time with the nurses stuff and APP, and we beat that horse to death. But like, if you're setting up yet another thing and kids are going, oh my God, before they even get to your event, the slightest little hiccup makes it even worse. So, it's like, was that a factor? Did they go, hey, you know what? We get that. Are they going to make it easier? Are they going to say, hey, listen, we're going to, what are they doing to make it easier? Like automatics? I don't know. But I know once you start adding more crap into it, it creates a less fun environment for the 38 teams that are not going to win.
Yeah.
And I've always been, I've always felt like, Duper / CPT and NCPA have always had the players' experience at heart. I feel like they always have. And I still think that's their motivation. How you go about it can be a very different thing, and what that means can be a very different thing. This adds another layer. It absolutely does. I just want to see a big kumbaya where everybody loves everybody. And
that ain't happening now.
Dude, I'm a 2-0 on Bear.
Congratulations. Hey, Martin, can you see on there?
Can you see us? I don't even think I have it.
Can you see what the range is? Is 2-0 awesome? Is 2-0 is it a similar range? Well, is it a similar range as Duper?
I mean, the marketer in me goes, man, this is great because look, just the emergency pot of the announcements created more signups for these guys.
Here we go. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, Tito. We're on impartial. This is the dashboard. Here we go, boys. 2-0. I'm a rec 2-0, so tournament 6-0, obviously.
It doesn't look at your Duper or anything.
I've seen you in tournaments. This is accurate.
It asked me for my Duper when I signed up. I put that.
It does?
Yeah.
VAR asked for the Duper when you sign up?
Yeah, I guess to like benchmark it.
I got to tell you this.
I'm putting it. I mean, how would they know if I was lying? Can I put in a 6'3"?
It asked for like Duper ID, so.
Oh, okay.
You can self-rate though. You can self-rate like 6-0.
They actually are taking Duper, throwing it into their own algorithm, and saying, "Nope, this is the one that's accurate." That's what's happening. And it said that you're a 2.0.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through. I'm trying to look at. Yeah.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah, I'm in shambles.
Yeah. College pickleball, baby. Here we go. Emergency pod 1. Is this the first one we've done?
First emergency pod, absolutely. This is super just not on topic, but I feel really good. I just had a MLP GM start asking me what I think about players. So,
cool.
Tell Zach
I had that last year.
So I'm by proxy.
I had that once last year. So, yeah. I think this is going to be a really interesting thing. It may go great. And I know. Certainly Tito and Jacob and Ben, they've got the player experience at heart. I mean, Duper has said more than once, they're a technology company. They don't want to lose money on college pickleball, but they know they're not going to make a lot of money on it, which
we have to keep talking. We just had a viewership spike to 5.
Oh, sweet. And Noah has always had the player interest at heart. I've always known that about him. It remains to be seen if this is a good move.
I mean, it's
exciting for sure. I'll say that.
It's definitely exciting, but I mean, why now? This
anyway.
You shouldn't be allowed to change shit in the middle of the season.
I want to say one more thing because we didn't know this when we recorded last night. Big reveal breaking news on our next podcast. Like, it's going to affect every college player in the country.
Uh-oh.
What it is.
You got,
Am I on any of those text threads?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you are. You have to read your text a little closer.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
All right, that's exciting. And more action on our skinny singles. Like, I keep seeing more shit about this. I'm at the point where this may have gotten out of hand.
All right, check out our today's episode, our actual episode.
Check out the episode that's up right now next to this, wherever the link is. Right?
Yeah. But yeah,
Timber. All right, guys, look for me on the evening news. I got open bar to get to.
Bye.
So